Hello, hello. Welcome back to Am I the Drama? So today's story, I it isn't loud or dramatic, but I feel like it stayed with us.
Yeah, it's about a relationship that on the surface it looks
Mm.
pretty stable. So they were together for 8 years. They're living together. They're talking about marriage, but underneath there's this like slow, constant letdown.
Yeah, so I feel like you can feel how hard she's trying to be patient, to understand, to not ask for too much. But I feel like at some point it stops being about the proposal and starts being about what she's giving up to stay in that relationship.
Exactly. It's one of those situations where love is still there. There's still love, but it's weighed down by a lot of excuses and broken promises. And she starts questioning if she's the one asking for too much.
Yeah, but I feel like what she's asking for is simple, right? So forget the ring. It's literally just about being chosen to feel
Mm,
like she matters in that relationship. And I feel like that shouldn't be hard, especially when you're with the person for 8 years.
8 years? Damn. Like,
Yeah.
we're talking about emotional
Almost a
breakdown.
decade.
Yeah, that is a long time, honestly.
Yeah.
But we're going to be talking about emotional breadcrumbing, like shrinking yourself in a relationship and what it means when someone says they love you but they never show up and never show you what you need, and they never communicate that they actually love you.
Yeah.
You had to
So
ask for it.
yeah, let's get into it. So, I, 30F, have been with my 39M boyfriend for 8 years. So, like a 9 year age gap. Um, I don't want kids, and he supports this, but I would like to be able to be married soon. We've been open with each other about wanting to get married since day one, and we've lived together for 4.5 years. At the 4 year mark, I brought up getting engaged, and he said it wasn't the right time because once he's engaged, he wants us to be married within a year. However, he felt like things were too busy with work, etc. That was 4 years ago. The
Yeah.
next year, I brought it up again, and same thing. Year after that, we were talking about rings, and I showed him the $1,500 ring I wanted on Etsy. He liked the design, and I sent him the link, but I didn't set a timeline or anything. He seemed hesitant and said he wanted a perfect proposal. I told him it doesn't need to be an extravagant proposal and could be very simple. Last year, I brought up this topic again, and he said the proposal was too much pressure and would rather skip ahead to the wedding. So, even though I didn't completely understand his hang up, he's a very confident and non anxious man. I started looking up wedding venues and getting excited. Then he shut down and said it was too much and to ask him in 6 months. I waited 12 months because he got injured around the 6 month mark. Lately,
Sorry, before you continue,
yeah,
it just feels like she's asking and asking, and he's just
begging.
not even asking, just begging. Yeah.
Breadcrumbs. No, literally, how you mentioned, it's literally just asking for breadcrumbs. And he just keeps like, oh yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen. It'll happen. Bitch, when?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel
yeah.
like a good time limit after 4 years, that's all you need to know about a person. Just fucking marry the
No,
person.
she mentioned 4 years that she wants to be engaged. And it's been 4 more years. And
Yeah.
she's still not engaged.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I need to say
okay.
more, but get on. Like,
Yeah.
continue.
Lately, he's been having more issues with me, doesn't like my new hiking, backpacking hobby, feels like I don't prioritize him, saying he's an afterthought and
Mm.
this was an issue in his last long term relationship, too. Bro, 8 years. And bringing up problems that I thought we solved from years ago. I feel like I'm a great girlfriend, but he has high expectations. I'm starting individual therapy to work on myself because I'm feeling like I'm not good enough. Last week, I brought up engagement slash marriage in couples therapy and how I'm worried he's not going to commit to me because he isn't happy and has all these issues with me. He got super upset and defensive and said he's dreading the proposal but is excited to be married to me. He said he'd go to the courthouse tomorrow, but basically he said there'd be no proposal. I even said he could propose on the couch at home, but I want him to ask. I don't want to ask. Fairs, feminine, tap into, you're a woman, fine. He even brought up an excuse saying that I don't like to wear rings. Bro, which is true because I work with my hands to my job, but I've said for many years that I will wear the engagement slash wedding rings and maybe put on a silicone ring at work. Our therapist suggested we should try focusing on the marriage part. It was really frustrating conversation. I appreciate my boyfriend reassuring me that he wants to be with me and is serious about marrying me, but after I waited another year to bring this up and then to have him get so mad and make excuses, I'm really questioning things. I know he loves me and I've accepted he's stubborn. I don't think I'm being unreasonable for wanting a proposal. It hurts to hear he's dreading the proposal, plus it's tough. Plus, it's a tough pill to swallow, knowing there won't be a proposal when I made it clear I want one. I'm in a weird spot because now anything I do or say moving forward in relation to wedding planning feels like I'm forcing him. How should I proceed? Going to the courthouse after all this doesn't feel right, but maybe I need to change my mindset. I also don't think he will take initiative and ask me to go to the courthouse. On Reddit, I see other couples skipping the proposal, eloping, and being happy in their marriage, but I also see loads of posts advising women to leave their relationship. I have some friends
Mm-hmm.
saying to just let go of the proposal, and other friends saying my boyfriend's on thin ice, looking for some kind of honest advice. Thank you. Can we just talk about how this is not about the proposal anymore? Like last week, we spoke about a couple where like he turned out to be like crazy, if I'm not wrong,
Yeah,
but
I couldn't agree.
yeah, but she had the same mindset of, maybe I'm the one in the wrong. Maybe I'm making a mistake. Maybe I'm overthinking things. Have you maybe thought that maybe you're not the problem and they are?
He is, yeah.
Can we maybe stop
Yeah.
making excuses for your other half just because you've got these like hot, like love romance glasses
You
on
are
your head?
wasting years of your life where you
Eight
could have
years.
been actually happy. Let me give you guys, before we continue, can I just give you a little breakdown? I feel like if you start dating when you're like 15, okay, you're not ready to get married. But if you start dating around the age of like in your 20s, I feel like 4 years is enough. Like maybe like 5 years, because there is like the talking stage, right? And then they ask you to be your girlfriend. That's when the relationship actually starts.
Mm-hmm.
4 years from that, like then, please, like a proposal should
Bleh.
happen. A proposal should happen because there's this. Wait, continue, because I just remembered there's this like relationship on TikTok where she's waiting 10 years and he's like, I'm still not ready to marry her.
I
10 years.
I wanna just add on to this. I just did my calculation. She's been waiting for 8 years. She's 30 now, so that means they started when she was 22 and he was 30, 31. I'm really bad at maths. I'm sorry. Isn't that like really young to be in such a long relationship? Isn't that like, I wouldn't say it's grooming. I just think it's a bit weird
I don't
because
think it's women because they're both consensual adults, and
it
I feel like
is, it is, but like 22 to like what, 31 is still an insane age gap.
I know, but a lot of people do prefer older guys. That's the daddy issues, honestly. Some of it
Yeah,
is
but
that
Noah, I have daddy issues, but also like that's well, I know,
that's
I
a
get it.
lot.
I get your point of view, but that's insane. Like, and
I
then he's now 39 and he's still like jumping around the idea of like sorry, him
Oh wait,
saying that
wait. Maybe she's just not the one. Cause it's, you know what's it called?
that's what I think.
When you're the one, a man will propose. A man will do everything. But if you're not the right girl for them, they will drag it until you say,
Yeah,
"Hey, let's break things up." They wait for you to break things up so they don't have to do it. A lot of guys do
oh,
this. A
you've
lot.
reminded me. So, obviously, guys, we've spoken about this. I like cartoons. I don't really watch reality TV, but Nuha does. But I do see clips of it on TikTok, and I
Who
want to
was
talk about the
blind?
Huda Chris. I think that's his name.
No, I was gonna
And
talk about the Taylor Clark and Alandria thing.
oh, yeah, but isn't that Alandria girl just like a bit cracked? Like a bit,
No, yeah, she is, but she was with Taylor and she was asking Taylor. She kept on asking Taylor to do all these stuff for her. But when
and
Taylor
he
got
just
with
wouldn't.
Clark, he wouldn't. But when Taylor got with Clark, he did everything for Clark. Even like she didn't even have to ask for it. He did it.
Yeah,
So,
like I saw this one clip where like he planned her perfect date like a picnic or something.
oh, Jeremiah,
No, no, he planned a
Taylor or Jeremiah? Because Jeremiah also planned a
no, no,
picnic with
no, no,
Iris.
no. Taylor planned and I think Ace.
Yeah,
I'm
Ace and
really, really
Amaya.
remembering these
Yeah,
names.
Ace and Amaya.
Yeah.
So Taylor planned a picnic with for Clark when Alandria, I think, was wanting a picnic or like just a show of affection because Taylor was not giving it to her. But once Taylor got with Clark, they fucking clicked and he did everything for Clark. Gave her a picnic, constantly complimented her when fucking Alandria had to beg for compliments, I think.
Mm.
And yeah, so like when you're with the right person, it just clicks. So maybe you're not in the story, in this sort of post. He just doesn't
Yeah.
think that they're
No,
fit
and
together.
honestly, I'm a part of it. I'm absolutely it's his in this situation, it's his fault. Why is he stringing her along? But I feel like a lot of people in relationships where they know that like people like the other person like stringing them along and like dragging it on. I feel like at one point you just need to stop and reassess your situation and just think and be like, wait, I'm wasting like
Years
years of my life.
for
I
this
have so
knockout
much
for sure.
potential. I know I deserve better. I'm going to go find better.
Mm,
And I feel like some people, like even him, maybe, I haven't really read the rest of it, like we'll go into it. But some people are also scared of moving out of their comfort zone. So they do drag relationships along. It
a
is
lot of people do
absolutely
that.
their fault and they should end it before. But I feel like some people are just scared and they're comfortable.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah.
people, we're all different, but I feel like when you do know that like you're stuck in a rut and it's just not going anywhere, which for her it would have been 4 years ago, I think you need to give up and just find better, you know.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's continue. Right. A month and a half later there's an update, which was we broke up 2 weeks ago. Woohoo. Good job. I did call his bluff, but he said he wanted to ask my dad for permission and not elope right away. Fuck off. The next morning, I had a bad gut feeling about eloping and felt like I was pressuring him into it. When I told him how I was feeling, he said, either we elope or you'll have to wait until I say I'm ready to start planning the wedding. But that didn't feel right. More than 8 years? Wait, more? There were also other issues going on in the relationship, which a lot of people highlighted in the comments as the main problem here. I started to really reflect on those issues and wrote a pros and cons list. I'm going to say this, that is so, so beneficial doing a pros and cons list and just like mapping it out, like writing it down, like, okay, what's good? What's bad? Oh, cons actually outweigh the pros. Screw them. Pros are better than the cons. Okay, fine. I think I can see this through, you know? But I was wearing rose colored glasses. Ah, see? And saw how many red flags I ignored. Long story short, he confronted me about being distant and asked if I wanted to break up. I said yes, and then he gaslit me into thinking the problems I listed were not problems. He said he would do anything to stay with me and even said he would propose. Then a week later, he broke up with me and tried to blame me for how things were falling apart. Fuck off. I moved out of our apartment and left him the cats and all the furniture. Aww. Around the same time, I was offered a travel job in a mountain town close to some national parks and took it. It's been incredibly painful to grieve this relationship, but I truly believe that if he said he wanted to, he would. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
If he wanted to, he
He
absolutely
would. He
would.
would.
No, I've brought this up before. I remember, I think it was like one of the first episodes we did about this movie I watched, which is He's Just Not That Into You, right? Which is, I think, not women should absolutely watch it, or most people that just are going through something and feel like, why doesn't he like me? Am I not good enough or whatever? Maybe it's literally, it's not you, but it is you. Because everyone, I'm not going to say every man, everyone has an exception for, like, where who they will change for and make an exception for and do things differently for. And maybe that's just not you, and that's fine, because I promise you, you will be someone's exception. You just need to have faith in yourself and realize your self-worth. But okay, In the end, we were incompatible. He didn't like how I changed over the years and made me feel like I was the problem. I'm now working on rebuilding my self worth and I'm going to hike slash backpack all summer. I won't let another person dull my light again. I won't make myself smaller. I never want fear to hold me back. It's been an incredible, difficult breakup, but I'm grateful for my friends and family who've been here to support me. Thank you, blah, 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 blah. Sending love to anyone who's in a similar situation or going through a breakup. Right. I one hope she has like her hallmark moment where she finds like some ruggedy mountain man to sweep her off her
Yes.
feet.
Yes.
But also, I hope that she
She
takes
takes
time
time
for
for herself.
herself
Yeah.
exactly and realizes that there's more to herself than like giving her all to a man that doesn't even want to, settle down with her.
Yeah,
Like
like
she wanted $1,500 ring. I swear after 8 years, that's not a lot of money.
that is not a lot of money. Like, okay, let me just say, like she was very patient, like more patient than most. Like,
Very.
gave him 8 years. That's a
Hmm.
long time. She communicated, she compromised, adjusted, and tried to make space for him emotionally. And every time she brought up something important to her, like a proposal or the next step, and the feeling of being chosen, he gave her like just enough, just enough to keep you hoping. But that is not commitment. In psychology, it's called intermediate. Oh, I can't say the word, but it's like intermediate reinforcement. Sorry, and it's one of the most very powerful trap in a relationship. Okay,
Hmm.
so it's when someone gives you affection, reassurance, or promises inconsistently, so your brain actually starts to crave their approval even more, and it's
Ah,
why they hold on. So when
like
she doubted
toxic
herself,
relationships.
yeah, a lot of toxic relationships happen like this. So when you doubt yourself and why it feels so hard to leave, she was just waiting for the proposal, like she was chasing the version of him he showed up, like he showed her in glimpses, but that version like never stayed. And not even
Mm.
when it counted, she wasn't asking for too much because she thought she was. In
Yeah.
fact, she kept asking for less, for like
Yeah.
from the proposal, just to even a simple conversation, and to maybe like skipping the proposal altogether into eloping, and still it was too much for him. That's not a reflection on her or anyone in this situation. That's a reflection of someone who wanted the idea of a relationship or a partnership, but not the responsibility of that, and for like showing up for it. So let's
I'm
start talking. Oh, sorry.
No, no, no. I'm just so glad that she didn't get like one of those shut up rings, you know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like she, after all that, deserves a lot more than like a resentful proposal where it's like, okay, fine, I'll propose to you. Like, oh, you're so annoying. Because I feel like a ring that's given out of pressure is not like a gift or a promise, to be there for each
Yeah.
other for the rest of their lives. It's like a silencing tool, like, oh, you're so annoying, maybe this will make you stop talking. So I feel like it's a lot better to walk away than build a marriage on that.
Yeah. And can we talk about who he started to pick on who she was becoming? He started like
Yeah.
disliking her hobbies, saying that that she wasn't prioritizing him. That is not love. That is control disguised as concern. And that's
Yeah.
often happened. It often happens when someone feels the power dynamic kind of shifting. So
Mm,
when they sense you're getting stronger and more independent and harder to like
absolutely.
build, and that's when they're like, let's change it up and like bring back the power that they have. And the
Hmm.
thing is, she still stayed, because like she still believed in the relationship, she still loved him, and she also kept hoping that if she was patient enough, supportive, or like even understanding enough, it would like finally be her turn to like receive something like the
Yeah.
proposal or like even a wedding. The truth is, relationships don't thrive sorry, I said that completely wrong, but
Thrive,
thrive.
thrive.
I know, thrive on patience alone. They thrive on like mutual effort and like shared visions and emotional safety. It's not like 190. It's basically 50-50. And it's none of what he's not willing to give her consistency. Like he's not doing that consistently.
Yeah.
So now that you have walked it away, you have gained that power. Like I just wanted to say, grieve it because obviously 8 years you have like spent on this awful man,
Wasted.
but yeah, wasted. You could have been in an actual loving relationship, but don't doubt yourself because choosing yourself isn't like selfish. Sorry, it's survival, and you're also healing yourself, and it's not about forgetting him and like, but it's also like remembering who the fuck you are and who the
Mm.
fuck you are, and like being like, oh, I'm actually like a hot ass person and people actually want to be with me and like actually giving me attention and actually do want to marry me, you know.
Yeah,
And
no. Can I just point out the fact
yeah,
that, sorry, if he was with you for that long, I promise you there's something that you have that a lot of other women don't. And because otherwise, he wouldn't have been with you for that long. He would have just said, yeah, this isn't worth the time. Bye.
no, but also a lot of guys lead it on for you to say something, you know,
Yeah.
because sometimes they don't want to say it, which is equally as bad.
Yeah, no, no, I do get that. I just need her and anyone going through this to remember that, sometimes it will get hard and you'll be like, oh, maybe I should go back to them. At least I
No,
had someone to be with. And at least, when I woke up at night, I wasn't sleeping alone. And at least, like, if I was crying, I had someone to, help me out. But
he
they
probably
did
would
not
do it.
respect you enough to give you not even what you truly wanted, but what you truly deserved. Because this person did not say that they didn't want marriage. Because they did agree they didn't want kids, both of them mutually. They didn't say
Mm,
they didn't want marriage. Right. From the fourth year, they were looking at rings and stuff and they actually contemplated it. Right. And they did say, okay, fine, we'll go to a courthouse, we'll elope. They weren't against marriage. They were against marriage with you, maybe.
yeah, you might have not been. You might be the right person for someone else, but you might have not been the right person for them. And
And they were just too scared to admit it.
yeah, or they might have just got. They might as well have probably got uncomfortable in that relationship.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh, if I leave her now, like I actually might not find my love. And
Yeah,
if
because
you
he's
also,
39. You're
yeah,
only 30.
and I feel like if both parties feel like that, please leave each other because that's not healthy for both of you because there's probably love out there for you and you're wasting each other's years. Like you're wasting years on finding true happiness, you know?
Oh,
And
and if you're in an unhappy marriage, please, for the love of God, don't bring a kid into it thinking that it's going
no,
to get better and bring
it
love.
doesn't. I was that kid. It doesn't get better.
Yeah,
It gets
no.
worse.
Yeah.
It gets way worse. Okay? Like do not put that on your kid because it's the worst thing.
Because
I
you know what's going to happen? You're going to stay together, you're going to be miserable, or you're still going to end up getting divorced, but now you have a kid in the equation.
Yeah, I have a thing where I'm giving before I get married to a guy, I'm gonna tell him like, hey, I'm gonna be upfront because I feel like if you are marrying someone, you are with them for life. Like if you when you lose your parents, they're there for you. When something happens to you,
Mm-hmm.
they're there for you. I want to be honest with my love of my life. I'm going to be honest with my partner. I will tell him, like, hey, I have these mental issues. I might act a little bit like this, but if you can stay through those, I will love you forever. If you feel yourself disconnecting, come communicate with that with me,
Tell
and I'll
me,
try.
yeah.
Yeah, and we'll try. Even going to couples therapy, we'll try. If you still feel like that, don't fucking go and cheat on me. Just end the relationship because ending the relationship might feel really hard. Like, it might hurt me, but you going and cheating on me or like dragging out
Will
this
ruin
relationship
me.
will fucking ruin me. And if even like just get the divorce because I don't care, it will help. It will make me feel much better. Because if a
In the
guy
long run.
fucking cheats on me, I will be his fucking worst nightmare. I will
You
go
will. I'd burn him alive.
I will go find the girl, and I will, even if
Legally, we are joking.
le- yeah, legally we are so joking. But okay, because I will go find the girl. I will ask her, like, did you know about me? If she knew about me, I'm beating her ass. But if she didn't know
All of
about me,
that asses.
if she didn't know about me, I'll be like, that's okay, but I need you to come to court so I can get his money. Because
Real.
obviously, like,
And,
you
and
know,
and guys, I know if any men that are watching, or like some very misogynistic women, not misogynistic, is
yeah,
misogynistic.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there are
Please don't
misogynistic.
see this as a sense where we're like, oh well, men, we only see them for the money, so we're gonna take the money. Please, because
No,
I know a lot of people, we do have a friend who we've been trying to like teach for years that alimony is something that a lot of women do deserve after putting years and years of their life into a relationship, and it is not bad, and there's a lot of
yeah,
steps that go into it. So before you try
exactly.
to, cancel, not even cancel, like come at us and like find a problem with what she just said, I need you to do your research and then we can have a discussion,
Thank
right?
you. Thank you for clarifying. Because
Yeah.
I will divorce that man and make his life a living fucking hell. Because I
Yeah.
definitely do know I will become a better person. I've already decided that.
And for the men out there, if they cheat on you, you can absolutely do the same,
Sorry.
babe. You've got free will, right? So when she
Free
speaks about
will is a
this,
thing.
she speaks about this from a female perspective. You can think about it from a male
That's,
perspective. I
yeah.
believe in you. You do what's best for you. She does what's best for her. Shut up. That's all.
Exactly. If your girlfriend or like your wife, your significant other is not giving you attention and actually does cheat on you, fucking leave them. Don't fucking try to fix it. Because once a cheater will always be a fucking cheater, and I will stand on that.
Oh,
I will
absolutely.
fucking stand on that, and never bring a child into it, because that will make it so much fucking worse. Because you will not understand the amount of trauma that that kid will go through. Because most definitely you'll be fighting. You'll be fighting. You'll
Like a
always,
like a mini therapist.
yeah, the kid will always be in between those two. You're in between, but the both of you trying to pick, and you'll try to be convincing that little kid, that poor little child, traumatizing them, right, into choosing the better parent.
Mm.
They're probably gonna be seeing you fight. They're gonna be probably seeing when you go out in public, you being very affectionate, and like, even if you go in public, they'll probably be like, oh, because I won't say personally, but a lot of the time, right? When I had this friend where her father did cheat on her mother, and this friend, every time she went out and she saw like a really good looking woman, she had to fucking take her dad the other way in fear that the dad will cheat again and actually leave.
Oh my
That is
God, that's
that is
terrible.
that is terrible. That is, it's also like the fear of the your either the mother or the father leaving. That is so much trauma to put on a child. So please think of bringing a child into the relationship. Also, kids are fucking expensive. If you can't afford them, don't bring them into this life. Okay?
I know this is straying away from our topic completely, but I hardcore agree with that. I do understand when people are like, okay, so poor people can have kids, their kids can cure cancer. Yeah, okay, but that child for majority of their life are going to be under the poverty line, are going to be suffering, and then you bring in the bare minimum as a parent, right? You're like maybe slogging your ass off, but then you're also not giving them the proper education they need, or like the food they need, or the whatever. And you think that, okay, well, I'm still providing. Yes, but that's not enough. You are not giving that child. And I know that, like, by legal standards, them having a roof over their head and food and whatever is technically enough, but it absolutely isn't, because
Exactly.
that, like, destroys one, their mental health, two, just them as an individual. The amount of insecurities and trauma that that puts on a child is insane. Please,
Exactly.
God,
And
don't bring a child.
before
Yeah.
we go back into the topic, if you know your partner is getting into drug abuse and is using drugs, don't bring a relationship, don't bring a kid into that, because that's the worst thing. I want to go more into that, but we are running out of time. But so, uh, going back, The
Yes.
guy, he was never confused. He was just comfortable, and you finally made him uncomfortable by growing. So go on the hike, girl. Go fucking rebuild. Bring back your self-esteem. Because when the grief hits, because it will, remind yourself that you didn't lose your future. You walked away from someone who never wanted to build one with you, and you're going to create a new one. You know?
Absolutely. She's only
Never,
30?
yeah, never ever shrink again for someone who hesitates to hold your hand while you are ready to give them your whole fucking heart. My mom always says never give 100% to a man because, or like, yeah, never give
Anyone? Yeah.
100%, yeah, to anyone because you never know what happens in the future, you know? So before we start waffling again, I hope you fucking enjoyed this episode. And
Mm-hmm.
if you got any drama, decisions you regret, situationships that make zero motherfucking sense, please tap the link in our bio and submit to You Asked for This, and we'll roast you and give you advice with love. So, guys, we have given you drama, we have given you delusion, and some sort of bad and good advice.
Yeah,
Whatever.
so craving more? Good. You know where to find us. Thank you so much. Love
Bye!
you. Bye.
Mwah.